Hi everyone, today I am going to discuss the differential of a function. And at the end of this video, you are expected to be able to use differential to find the approximate value of a real number and to find the differential of algebraic and trigonometric functions. Let us now discuss the differential of a function. In our previous discussions, in the function y is equal to f of x, the symbol delta x denotes an increment or infinitesimal change of x. This change of the value of x consequently results to an increment of y by delta y. Now, the infinitesimal change of the independent variable x is called the differential of x and is denoted by dx. Hence, the differential of x is equal to delta x. The corresponding change of the dependent variable y is called the differential of y and denoted by the symbol dy. Hence, the differential of y is equal to delta y. Going back to the function y is equal to f of x, if we are going to find the derivative of this function, that will give us now the derivative of y with respect to x is equal to the derivative of f of x. So since we already have a meaning for the dx, which is the differential of x, and dy, which is the differential of y, then we can say that the derivative of y with respect to x may now be considered as the ratio of the differential of y and the differential of x. So multiplying now this equation by the differential of x, that will give us now the differential of y. These two cancels out. So the differential of y is equal to f prime of x times dx, where f prime of x is the derivative of y with respect to x. Let us now illustrate the definition of differential using the function y is equal to x squared. We also use the symbol delta x or differential of x equal to the delta x and the differential of y which is equal to delta y. So from the function y is equal to x squared, if there is a change of x by an amount delta x, there will also be a corresponding change of y by delta y. So we have y plus delta y is equal to x plus delta x quantity squared. Solving for delta y, we just transpose y to the right. That will give us now square of binomial. We have x squared plus 2x delta x plus the square of delta x minus y, whose value is equal to x squared. Combining similar terms, x squared minus x squared cancels out. So we have now delta y is equal to 2x times delta x plus the square of delta x. Going back to the function y is equal to x squared, differentiating this function or finding the derivative of y with respect to x, that will be equal to 2x. So that in this equation then 2x is actually equal to the derivative of y with respect to x. For this function y equal to x squared. So we have the delta y is equal to 2x, which is the derivative of y with respect to x times delta x plus the square of delta x. So since the change of the value of x, delta x, is a very, very small amount, squaring it, it is safe to say that its value is almost equal to 0. So that this equation now becomes the delta y, which is actually equal to the differential of y, is equal to the derivative of y with respect to x times delta x, which is equal to the differential of x. So this is now the definition of a function. The differential of y is equal to the derivative of y times the differential of the independent variable. Or we have in here the differential of y. This is another way of writing the derivative of y with respect to x times dx, or simply we have the differential of y is equal to y prime times dx. One application of the differential is to find the approximate value of a number. So if let us say you do not have a calculator to extract the square root of 40, then you can just make use of differential. So we start our solution. We let y be equal to the square root of x. So we have y plus delta y is equal to the square root of x plus delta x. So since delta y is equal to the differential of y and delta x equal to the differential of x, so we say y plus differential of y is equal to the square root of x plus differential of x. And this should be approximately equal to the square root of 40. So looking at this statement, we have our x plus differential of x must be equal to 40. So your next step is to choose a value of x which is nearest to 40, a perfect square nearest to 40. And we can choose x in here equal to 36. That will give us the differential of x. The value is 40 minus 36, that's equal to 4. Then going back to the function y is equal to the square root of x, the derivative of y with respect to x using our differentiation formula, again, we have 1 all over 2 square root of x. So since x is 36, so we shall have in here 1 all over 2 square root of 36 is 6. So finding the quotient, that will be 0.083. And from the definition of the differential, we say the differential of y is equal to the derivative of y times the differential of x, substituting the values. The differential of y is equal to 0.083 times dx, which is 4, or the differential of y is equal to 0.332. So again, we have our square root of 40 must be approximate value of 40 will be now y plus the differential of y. So y is the square root of x whose value is 36. So we have square root of 36 plus the differential of y, which is 0.332. We now have the approximate value of 40 is 6.332. You can check this one using the calculator. It gives us the value. The square root of 40 is equal to 6.32. So this is the approximate value using differential. This is the value using the calculator. Let us now find the approximate value of the cube root of 26 using differential. So here we let y be equal to the cube root of x, since we are to find for the cube root of 26. And y plus the differential of y is equal to the cube root of x plus differential of x, and this should be approximately equal to the cube root of 26. So in this statement, we have here the cube root of x plus dx and the cube root of 26. That means x plus dx must be equal to 26. Then your next step is to choose for the value of x, which is a perfect cube nearest to 26. So we can choose in here x equal to 27. We have now 27 plus differential of x is equal to 26. We solve for the differential of x, that will now be equal to 26 minus 27, or that is equal to negative 1. Going back to the function y is equal to the cube root of x, to find for the derivative of y with respect to x, first we must write the cube root of x into power form, or that will be x raised to 1/3. So the derivative of y with respect to x, applying power formula, we have the exponent. Base, which is x, 1/3 minus 1 is negative 2/3. Or we can write it having a positive exponent as 1 all over 3x raised to 2/3. Okay, so solving now for the derivative of y with respect to x and substituting the value of x equal to 27 to find for 27 raised to 2/3, that means the cube root of 27, and then you square it. So cube root of 27 is 3. Pag square, you'll have in there 9 times 3, so we have 1 over 27. Or if you're going to find the quotient, that will be 0.037. Okay, so from the differential now of y, to find for the dy, we have the differential of y is equal to the derivative of y times the differential of x. The differential of y with respect to x, that is 0.037. The differential of x is negative 1. And so we have negative 0.037. So again, the cube root of 26 will now be approximately equal to y plus the differential of y, where y is equal to the cube root of x, or that is cube root of 27. And the differential of y is negative 0.037. Cube root of 27 is 3 minus 0.037. That will give us now 2.963. This is now the approximate value of the cube root of 26. Or if you can check it with your calculator, The cube root of 26 is 2.962. Going back to our basic differentiation formulas, if we are required to find for the differential of a function, we just multiply its derivative by the differential of the independent variable. Or one technique of reciting the formula for finding for the derivatives, you just change all the terms derivatives into the terms differential. So that if in the derivative, our operator is the symbol d over dx, in the differential, the operator is just a small letter d. For example, if we are to find for the differential of a constant, that will be equal to 0. The differential of x is simply written as dx. The differential of sum is equal to the sum of the differential of each term. The differential of a product is equal to the first factor times the differential of the second factor plus the second factor times differential of the first factor. The differential of a product with a constant factor, you just write a constant factor and then you multiply the differential of the remaining factor. The differential of a quotient is equal to the denominator times the differential of the numerator minus the numerator times the differential of the denominator all over the square of the denominator. Or if you are taking the differential of a quotient with a constant numerator, that will be equal to the negative of the constant numerator times the differential of the denominator all over the square of the denominator. In the power formula, the differential of a power is equal to the exponent times the base raised to the exponent minus 1 times differential of the base. The same formula is applied for the differential of x raised to n. You have the exponent n times the base x raised to the exponent minus 1 times the differential of the base x. Then we have the differential of a radical is equal to the differential of the radicand all over twice the radical. So for the differential of the trigonometric functions, we have the differential of sine angle. It is equal to cosine angle times the differential of the angle. The differential of cosine angle is equal to the negative sine angle times differential of the angle. The differential of tangent angle is equal to the square of secant angle differential of the angle. Differential of cosecant angle is equal to the negative cosecant angle cotangent angle times the differential of the angle. The differential of secant angle is equal to secant angle times the tangent angle times differential of the angle, while the differential of cotangent angle is equal to the negative the square of cosecant angle times the differential of the angle. Let us now find the differential of the given function. So number 1, we have y is equal to 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3. To find for the differential of y, we find also at the right side the differential of 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3. So we have here differential and it is followed by 3 terms. So we apply the differential of sum. We have the differential of the first term minus differential of the second term plus the differential of the third term. So here we have differential of 3 times x cubed. So we apply the differential of product. So since 3 is constant, we just write outside. Then differential of x cubed minus differential of 2 times x squared. So we write 2. Then we have differential of x squared. Differential of 3. Since 3 is constant, its differential is 0. So simplifying further, we have here 3 differential of x cubed. We apply power formula that will be 3x squared times the differential of x minus 2 times differential of x squared is 2x dx. So we now have our differential of y equal to 9x squared minus 4x times dx. Or we can factor out dx in here. That will now give us dy is equal to, the differential of y is equal to 9x squared minus 4x times dx. So you can, if you want to factor out still the common factor in here, you can have x outside. Now, an alternative solution to this is to make use of the derivative. So to find for the differential of y from the definition, that will be equal to the derivative of y with respect to x times the differential of x. So this is now our derivative of y with respect to x. So applying to the formula for the derivative of 3x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3, again we apply derivative of sum, then we apply appropriate formula for each term. This will give us now 3 times 3x squared. Then we have minus 2 times 2x. Derivative of 3 is 0. So this is now the derivative of this function times now dx. Or simplifying further, we have the differential of y is equal to 9x squared minus 4x times dx. Let us now solve more examples. Find dy in the function y is equal to 3a all over x squared, where a is held constant. So to find for the differential of y, we take also the differential of the 3a all over x squared. So remember that a is constant. And so when we find for the differential of 3a all over x squared, we apply the formula for the differential of a quotient with a constant numerator. And that will give us the negative of the constant numerator times the differential of the denominator all over the square of the denominator. So as we simplify, negative 3a x squared raised to 2 is x raised to 4. And the differential of x squared, we apply power formula. That will give us 2x times the differential of x. So we can cancel out 1x in the numerator and denominator. That will give us the differential of y is equal to negative 6a times the differential of x all over x cubed. In the next function, y is equal to x squared minus t squared. X this time is held constant. So our variables will be y and t. So to find for the differential of y, we find also the differential of x squared minus t squared. So we apply in here the differential of radical. And that is equal to the differential of the radicand all over twice the radical. So in the numerator, we have in here the differential of the function following it contains two terms. So we differentiate each term separately. We have differential of x squared minus the differential of t squared. Take note again that x is constant, and so its differential is 0. So we have here 0 minus the differential of t squared. We apply power formula. That will become minus 2t times dt. So simplifying, this function will now give us the differential of y is equal to negative t dt all over the square root of x squared minus t squared. We are going to find for the differential of y in the function y is equal to tangent the quantity 3 minus x raised to 2. So in this function, it is important to note that the exponent 2 has its base 3 minus x. That means this whole quantity represents the angle of tangent. So in differentiating now y, we find also the differential of tangent 3 minus x quantity squared. So this is differential of tangent angle. It is equal to secant squared angle times the differential of the angle. So we just copy this factor. Then looking at the function following the operator differential, we have the differential of base raised to an exponent. So we can apply in here the power formula. And that is equal to the exponent times the base raised to the exponent minus 1, which is equal to 1, times the differential of the base. So we just copy these factors. We can arrange the factors. We have 2 times 3 minus x, secant squared 3 minus x quantity squared. Then we have the function following the operator differential contains two terms. So we are going to find for the differential of each term. And that gives us now the differential of 3, which is 0, minus the differential of x. So we finally have our answer. the differential of y is equal to -2 times 3 minus x times the square of second 3 minus x quantity squared times the differential of x. In the next function, y is equal to sine squared 2 over t. Take note that the base of this exponent 2 is the function sine 2 over t. So we can write this one in power form as, so we have the differential of y is equal to the differential of sine 2 over t raised to 2. So we can now apply in here power formula. Differential of base raised to an exponent is equal to the exponent times the base raised to the exponent minus 1 times the differential of the base. So we just copy. We have differential of sine angle is equal to cosine angle times the differential of the angle. So if you still remember in trigonometry, we have an identity which is similar to this expression, and we call that one our double angle formula. In the double angle formula, sine 2a is equal to 2 sine a cosine a. So this 2 is a constant, and the angle of sine at the left side is twice the angle of sine and cosine at the right side. So here we have our 2 sine, this is the angle, 2 over t, cosine 2 over t. So that this quantity will now be equal to sine, then double the angle. So that will now be equal to sine, double 2 over t, that is 4 over t, times the differential of 2 over t. So we have here a quotient with a constant numerator. That is equal to the negative of the constant numerator times the differential of the denominator all over the square of the denominator. So finally, we have the differential of y is equal to -2 over t squared times sine 4 over t times the differential of t. Class, I will end up my discussion in here, but I hope that you will continue to solve exercises on finding derivatives of the different types of functions. Remember that there is no shortcut in improving your mathematical skills. You have to apply the theories you learned through solving exercises and problems. And in the differentiation process, you either solve for the derivative or the differential of a function. In finding for the derivative, we use the operator d over dx if the independent variable is x, d over dt if the independent variable is t. Meaning in this symbol, this variable in the denominator tells us the independent variable of the function. While in finding for the differential of a function, we use the small letter d as the operator. So if you're to find for the differential of x, this will be dx. To find for the differential of y, we use the symbol dy. Okay, so for you to be able to differentiate a given function, you must be familiar with, if not, memorize all the basic differentiation formulas. And if the function following the differentiation operator does not follow any of the available formula, then rewrite the function into a differentiable form. For example, a cube root may be written into a power form with an exponent 1/3. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching.